everyone, and welcome to Q&A number 2! I decided that after last time I had so much fun doing it that I really wanted to do another one of these, and we just so happened to get to 150 subscribers at about the same time, so I decided that this would be a really good way to celebrate the milestone. I'm really grateful for that, by the way, so thank you guys. Okay, let's just get straight in with some questions. What is your favorite instrument to play? I would probably say that piano is my favorite instrument to play. That's the one I've been playing the longest, so it's the one I have the most skill in. I don't like saying that, but yeah, that's the one that I've been practicing the longest, and I love it so much. But I also really enjoy playing guitar as well. I learned that more recently, but I don't know, they're both so fun. But if I had to pick one, I would probably say piano. Can you speak any languages other than English? Not really. I mean, when I was at school, I did Spanish and French, but I don't really remember most of that, which is quite funny because I actually did a GCSE in Spanish, so you know, I should know quite a bit of that really, but no, I just can't really remember. I mean, there are languages I would love to be able to speak. I think it'd be really cool to be able to speak Dutch because I'm half Dutch, so I feel like I should know it and I should be able to speak it, but nope. What is your advice for composing? Now, this is a really good question. I'm having to think quite a bit about this one because it's not like straightforward to answer. But the thing is when I compose, I just like play around, like kind of like improvising really. I just play stuff, like whatever comes to me without really thinking about it. I don't see music as a thinking thing most of the time. It's more of a feeling thing. That sounds really cliche, but when I play, I just do it, and then like I'll just slightly change it until I come up with something that I like the sound of, then I record it, and then I just keep doing that until I end up with something complete. So it's kind of hard to advise someone how to do that. And the other thing is like different composers have different methods of how to do it, so it, like what works for me might not work for the next person, so it's difficult because like what I say I do might not help you or anyone else, so I don't really know. It's hard to give advice on this. But one piece of advice I do have, I would say, is not to be too critical of what you write, because then you'll just scrap everything and you'll never get anywhere, and you'll always be disappointed, and you'll always feel like, oh, what I'm writing isn't good enough and no one's ever gonna hear it and all that stuff. But at the same time, don't just be accepting of anything, because then you won't be writing to like the best of what you can do. I'm not saying that what you'll write will be terrible or anything, but you'll come up with better music, I think, anyway, if you don't just take up anything. Oh, the first thing that comes to my head, yep, I'll go with that, that's fine. Because I mean, although I improvise a lot of stuff I write, and I do kind of it seems like I go with the first thing sometimes, but I don't, because usually even if I'm kind of sticking to the initial idea, I'll always change it slightly. I mean, very occasionally I'll just play something pretty much as it is, and that is the piece, but that doesn't happen that often, so I wouldn't say that that's like the best way to do it. I mean, some people do that all the time, so like I said, it's hard to advise on this because what works for me doesn't work for everyone. And another thing I would say is don't be afraid to try new things out, because when I first started writing music, I was really afraid to try anything, so my music didn't really change or progress in any way. It just sort of all sounded kind of the same. Like when I started writing pieces, I only did piano things, and when I wrote songs, it used to be just piano and vocals, which is fine sometimes, but like all my songs were like that. And then eventually I added drum kits. I think I just used like drum loops and piano, and then I think I added bass in and strings and stuff, and that was sort of like my basic setup for my songs. But then they all were like that, and it kind of got boring. And then only more recently, I think since I went to university mostly, I started trying other things out. Like the song I did kind of recently, sort of electronic-y, I never would have written that, like even just a few years ago, because I was too afraid to try things. But I'm really happy with how that song turned out, and that only happened because I just went for it and tried that kind of sound. So if you want to try something out, don't be afraid to do it. That is what I would say. But I think that's all the advice I can think of at the moment, because I know I've said this like a million times, but the thing with composing is pretty much every composer has their own way of doing things, and what works for some people, they tell me how they write music and I'm like, no, I can't do that doesn't work for me. I mean, some people can only have like one composition on the go at once and they can't think about any others until that one's done, whereas I've got so many unfinished pieces and songs on my computer, just like ideas that I've just come up with, and they're just everywhere on my computer. I really need to get on that and finish that stuff. But basically, whenever I come up with anything, I just record it rather than finishing stuff. And it's funny because, like, instead of finishing the songs I've got, I just keep coming up with new ones, and then the old ones never get finished. I wouldn't necessarily advise that unless it works for you. It's different from one person to the next, so but anyway, I hope the advice I gave did help in some way. I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm just rambling on. I should get on to the next question now. This is a good one. A nice silly question. I like silly questions. How much meme could a good meme if a good meme could meme memes? I'm not sure I can remember the answer to that one. Oh my god, that was so bad. I'm really sorry. Puns though, I love puns so much. I couldn't think of a better answer to that one. Okay, let's just move on. Favorite thing about fall/autumn? I say autumn because the person that asked me said fall, but I say autumn, so anyway, never mind. My favorite thing is probably, this might sound a bit weird, but probably the fact that it inspired me to write a piece called Autumn. So imaginatively titled. Good job me on that one. I would say that's probably one of them, and also like autumn colours and stuff, like the leaves are really pretty. I really like that. And I was going to say the fact that it kind of cools down in autumn and it's not so hot, but I'm actually really hot today, so that can't be part of my answer. What is your favourite pie? Probably PewDiePie? Is that... No? Okay. Well, if I can't have that as my answer, if you mean like an edible pie, then it would probably have to be apple pie. I want some of that right now. Oh, you made me hungry. I want apple pie. Give me pie. What made you decide to make a YouTube channel? Good question. I actually made the channel ages ago. I just like started it to, well, when I started it, I didn't write music as often as I do now. I'd sort of not been doing it as long. Well, I had actually been writing for quite some time, but I hadn't like recorded it properly and stuff because I didn't have the software and everything I needed to do it. But I'd recently got it, so I started sharing my pieces then. When I started, I didn't have the intention of being a YouTuber. I mean, YouTubing was a thing then, but wow, that's just made me realise how long ago it was I started it. I wasn't even watching YouTubers then. Because, I mean, the channel I started years ago. Oh, wow. Sorry, I just had a moment of realisation there. But I decided that I wanted to, like, be a YouTuber, like, from watching other YouTubers. That was a big thing. I mean, like, I saw how happy it made them, and I thought about how happy it made me watching them, and it looked like so much fun to do, so I thought, well, I'll try it and just see what happens, and I loved it, particularly like doing the vlogs and stuff. Like before that I was just sharing music like more often because I was writing more of it, but then actually doing the on-camera stuff was definitely a thing that I decided to do from watching other people. I mean, I didn't even have the confidence to do it before then, but then, you know, watching them made me kind of believe in myself enough to do it and to just try it, and here I am. Hi! So I literally wouldn't even be doing this Q&A right now if it wasn't for them. And like I said about the whole making me happy thing, I thought, well, if watching YouTubers makes me happy, then maybe I could do the same for other people if I make these kinds of videos too. So I thought that it might be a good way to do it, because like I've always wanted to with the channel, even before I was on camera and stuff, like just with the music. I always wanted to like make other people happy and help them in some way, like whether it would be to calm them down or just make their day a bit brighter, whatever it is, you know, just something, because as I said in my last vlog, the world is a cruel place with so much bad stuff going on, and I just want to like brighten it up a little bit with my music and with my videos. And I mean, I don't know if I really do that, but it's what I try to do. So that's what really started it, and that's why I've decided to keep doing it, even though, you know, as expected, it doesn't take off overnight and you have to do a lot of work on this and stuff. But what keeps me going is, well, one, I don't focus too much on numbers and stuff. Like, if you think about, oh, this video only got 3 views, I'm gonna go cry now, then you'll never really want to keep it up because you'll just feel like you're not good enough. So that's one thing. But then also, I get positive comments sometimes about like, oh, this piece helped me relax, or oh, this made me smile, and that makes me so happy, and it's my favorite thing about doing this. So that's why I keep doing it, that's why I started it, and hopefully I will make more people happy and just continue to help people somehow. So I hope that answers your question. What inspires you most when writing original music? I would probably say, like, how do I put this, like, stories and images and stuff. I'm really bad at explaining this, but like, when I write my music, I always like it to conjure up a picture, make people think of a scene or something like that. So I sometimes try and think about that when I write music, and also a lot of emotion. It sounds really weird, like, how can you write music without emotion? I certainly don't think I ever write music without emotion, but sometimes it focuses very specifically on one thing, like it, not even as broadly as just sadness. It might be the sadness that you get from a particular event or something. I'll focus on that, and that's an inspiration. I mean, I don't know whether you guys would agree with this, but I think quite a lot of my pieces can be kind of sad. I don't know why that is, but I seem to focus on that emotion rather a lot, and also like uplifting stuff. There seems to be like both sides. I don't know, that's really weird, but that's definitely an inspiration. But then also, of course, other people's music definitely inspires me. You guys probably know this by now, but like my pieces, for example, very heavily influenced by iMovie, so he's a big inspiration to me. I just try and write music based on music that I enjoy. Are you afraid of insects? I'm afraid of spiders. Oh my god, I had to deal with one today actually. It was only a small one, like I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I had a huge one in my room and I nearly had a heart attack because, oh, that was scary. Oh my god, spiders creep me out. I don't even like pictures of them. But other insects, I'm not scared of them, but they do kind of creep me out a bit. They're just, I don't know, they're just creepy. I don't know what it is about them, but just, I don't really like having them near me or on me or anything. I don't know, it's weird, because that probably sounds like I am scared of them, but it's not like with spiders and I just run away like nope. It's not quite so much like that with other insects, but I just don't like them. They're just creepy. So no. And the last question, no. Would you ever be willing to take a commission for intro/outro music? I'm not sure if this means somebody writing intro/outro music for me or me writing it for someone else. Either way, I would be so up for that. If any of you guys want to write music for me, do it, please do it. That would be so awesome. In terms of me writing it for someone else, I would love to do that. But the only thing is I don't know if my music is good enough to like be on someone else's channel, and also I feel like other people can produce it better than me. Like, my production skills are still kind of limited compared to some people. It's not quite professional sounding, and it would really depend on what the person wanted on their channel. If they didn't mind that it wasn't professional quality or whatever, then I guess my music would be okay for that. But yeah, I don't know, it just depends on, I guess, how perfectionist the other person is, because if they want something that sounds really like perfect professional quality, then I'm not really the person to ask for that. But I would be so honored if someone asked me to write music for them. That would be so cool. No, that's all of the questions. I was having so much fun with that video. I love interacting with you guys and answering your questions. Oh, I enjoyed it so much. I was literally scrolling on, like, I've got notes up on my screen over there, and I was scrolling trying to see if there were more questions, and it was like, nope, there's no more. And I was just like, oh, I want to do more. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I definitely want to do another one of these, so you know, if you want to ask me some more questions for the next one, go ahead. It's never too early. Just comment on this video, tweet me, Tumblr me, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm always open to questions to put in these videos or in reading comments videos or anything like that, or to just answer you just on social media anyway. I'm always gonna be there, and so yeah, if you want to ask me some more questions, do it. I'm sure you guys still have plenty of things to ask me. Definitely still gonna be taking more questions, doing more of these videos. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. I really enjoy these so much. I want to do another one right now. Okay, well, I'm gonna just try and calm down now. Not get too excited, so I could just end this video calmly. Okay, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos, and don't forget to check out my social media in the description of this video and all my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye. I am so bored, I'm in a store, and turning heads as I cry on the floor.